I would encourage anybody thinking about coming to Eden Valley to consider this. You're worth it. You're worth taking the time to come. You're worth allowing them to really minister to you through natural remedies and a spiritual environment. And you're so worth it. You're so worth it that God has allowed this institution to exist. And you will not leave the same way that you came. Some will come, with minimal disease burden. Some may come with very serious disease burdens, but it doesn't matter. Coming here, it's not something that you would regret because you'll learn a lot, and it will really empower, strengthen, and revitalize you for the time that you've been here. Hi, I'm Dr. Eric Walsh. So I came to Eden Valley because my wife and I felt like we needed a refresh. There's some other things going on, and we'd been here. I'd heard of Eden Valley over the years. I'd known people who'd come here for treatment for cancer, for diabetes. People who come here just because they're like, hey, I'm in a rut. I want to kind of boost my health. And so over the years, I've heard people talk about Eden Valley and always speak very highly of it. So I was asked to come here last year to speak at one of your conferences. And once I got on the campus for the first time last year, I really did fall in love with the environment. Really beautiful place, nestled in this valley between hills and mountains, and decided, in January everybody does a New Year's resolutions and tries to start over. And we said, we would love to come and spend a couple weeks here and see what the program's like from the inside out. And it allowed me not only to be a guest, but as a physician to really look at and take time and look at what treatments and so forth are done here and their effectiveness. And honestly, I've been really impressed with that. So yeah, my primary training is as a physician. So I have a doctorate in medicine and a doctorate in public health. And I've been treating patients and working in healthcare administration, public health for over 25 years. And so I've seen a lot of illness, sickness, a lot of health fads come and go and trends. And so I've enjoyed my time seeing patients. I believe God has called some to nursing, some to medicine, all to medical missionary work. And so it's been an opportunity, throughout my career to be able to reach people for Jesus Christ. And I have a lot of experience in population medicine and seeing how trends go. And part of why, I believe in our health messages because those populations that stick to it or adhere to it actually do better than those populations that don't. The fundamental difference is when you come to a place like Eden Valley, one of the things that's assessed is your lifestyle. They look at how much you exercise, how much you sleep, how much water you drink, what you're eating, what your relationships are like, what your stress is like, and your relationship with God, amongst other things. And by doing that, you get a more holistic picture of the person, and you can actually sometimes get straight to the root cause of problems. There are many who are diseased because, for example, they hold on to unforgiveness. There's someone who hurt them and they've not let go of it, and that thing is constantly being regurgitated and causing disease. A place like Eden Valley is going to ask about that and address that, go through the scripture and methods to actually get you to a place where you're more forgiving so that you can be released and it be a part of actually helping you be free from disease. So it's a much more holistic, much more complete, Bible-centered approach to taking care of a patient. Yeah, I would say I live a pretty busy life, and I have to say to be able to pull away for a couple weeks has just been really wonderful. You lose some weight, you're up here at a high altitude, something you don't really think about, but you're like a mile up, I think, or 5,000 feet up. And so your stamina, you're developing resilience in terms of exercise. There's beautiful sunshine here, even in the dead of winter now, there's just beautiful sunshine. And so, it's an opportunity to just be refreshed. And I think for my wife and I, it's been a really good opportunity for us to reconnect to God. I mean, this has been a very spiritual retreat, not just for us, but I think for all of the guests. And that's been maybe one of the most important parts of this, is that a lot of times as someone who speaks and someone who serves others, you don't really get a chance sometimes to have your own, spiritual reservoir refilled. This has been an amazing opportunity to do this, and I really do wish more of our leaders, pastors, elders, church leaders, would come and take some time away and be ministered to. I mean, I enjoyed all of the presentations for the morning worships, evening worships, the sessions where you have one-on-ones with different therapists, and you get an opportunity to pray together and talk scripture, and so it's just been an amazing experience. If asking about have the treatments here been effective, I think where I would start by saying is that Eden Valley is a program where there's a physician here on site the whole time, and so you don't have to choose between traditional medicine and the natural ways that are taught here. There's ways you can blend the two. So if you're really still saying, I want, for example, surgery, to remove a tumor, for example, you can have that tumor removed and then come here and learn how to change the actual environment in your body that caused the tumor in the first place. So they can go hand in hand. If you say, you're someone who says, listen, I want none of the traditional medicine, I just want this, there are a lot of the treatments that work to help you do that. And so there's evidence around, fever baths and poultices and other things that they do here that are effective. And so you can get the best of both worlds, but you definitely get the best of the natural ways. You get the best of a biblical model and a spiritual framework. And so the treatments have worked very well, I think, in large part because it's not just the treatment. The treatment is a part of a larger, connected lifestyle. And so as a basis, for example, a whole food plant-based diet, making sure you're very well hydrated and get enough sleep, all these things create the environment in the body for healing to happen so that when you begin to take, for example, herbal remedies or even medical remedies, your body's in a better place to fight disease and to heal from it. So these treatments have been very effective. And, again, as part of a broader lifestyle, kind of life change, they really can make a big difference, reduce disease burden, and help people to live healthier, longer lives. The treatments have definitely been effective for me. I've enjoyed the treatments. I mean, you think about massages and saunas and exercise therapy. We even did art therapy. And all of these things have been helpful. One, probably most importantly, just lowering stress. Secondly, in detoxifying. So a lot of the treatments are centered around getting you to sweat, whether it's from exercise, to saunas, and the massages to move your lymphatic system, the teas you drink in the morning and evening. All of it is designed around detoxification. And, living in the city, hustle bustle, breathing in bad air when you're on a highway, being in buildings sometimes that may not be, may not have the best circulation, air circulation, you're breathing in stuff, exposure to different toxins in the foods we eat. It's really nice to come here and detoxify. And I would say that reducing inflammation and detoxifying are really the strongholds of what the treatments accomplish. And I do feel like both of those things have happened for me as I've been here. That I feel much less I feel like I've detoxified. I feel much less stressed, which means I feel much less inflamed. All of those things are really important. And one of the big benefits, I think, of coming here. The long-term effects of being here on our lifestyle, I'll include my wife in this, I think they're gonna be long-term. There are a lot of little things that we needed to change and some big things that we needed to change. And by being here, not only are those things brought to the surface, but you were able to practice them in a supportive environment so that when we go home, we can make some changes. I mean, simple things like making sure your biggest meal is earlier in the day, making sure your food is 70, 80% raw, vegetables, things that sometimes you don't think about. I mean, a lot of us can be vegetarian, vegan, but we're not getting enough of the raw plant foods. And so just those kinds of little changes are very, very, very helpful and things that we're gonna definitely continue when we leave here. I would encourage anybody thinking about coming to Eden Valley to consider this. You're worth it. You're worth taking the time to come. You're worth allowing them to really minister to you through natural remedies and a spiritual environment. And you're so worth it. You're so worth it that God has allowed this institution to exist. And you will not leave the same way that you came. And some will come, with minimal disease burden. Some may come with very serious disease burdens, but it doesn't matter. Coming here, it's not something that you would regret because you'll learn a lot and it will really empower, strengthen, and revitalize you for the time that you've been here. So I would definitely say, as you speak to your doctor about your situation, talk to them about Eden Valley, talk to Eden Valley itself, give Eden Valley a call, and give your situation and consider coming. Even if you might even want to come out and visit if that's possible. But I know for a fact if you come, you will not be disappointed.